Hello everybody, Mike Hoffman here with another Tip Squirrel exclusive. Remember, you can find the best Photoshop and Lightroom tips at www.tipsquirrel.com. Today we're going to look at publishing from Lightroom to Dropbox. As cloud storage providers go, Dropbox is hard to beat for simplicity and functionality, so it's no wonder that so many people use it to share files between their various systems and devices. The great thing about using Dropbox with Lightroom is that you don't need any plugins or add-ons. The capability is right inside of Lightroom in the published services. In this tip, we'll see how you can set up a smart publish service in Lightroom to manage an active portfolio on Dropbox. It all starts here in Lightroom in the library module. I'm viewing my collections as you can see here, and I've created a smart collection that contains some images of birds. If we right click and edit the properties of this smart collection, we can see that I'm drawing from a regular collection called Best of Birds, and then I'm only pulling the items with a 5-star rating. The great thing about smart collections is that as you modify your library, adding new images and changing ratings, the new images and the ratings changes are automatically updated within the smart collection. This is very important because this is the type of management that we'd like to have on Dropbox, an automatically maintained collection of images that doesn't require a lot of manual adding or deleting. And fortunately, the Lightroom published services allow you to set up the same kinds of smart collections in a published folder. Let's take a look. We'll open the Published Services section, and what we want to do is to create a new hard drive service dedicated to Dropbox. We can place multiple smart folders within that service. We'll click the plus icon right here and click on Go to Publishing Manager. Here in this dialog box, we'll set up our service and make the decisions about file size, type, and file name. We'll click on Add and make sure that we're adding a hard drive service. We'll call it Dropbox and we'll click on Create. Now in here is where we'll create the settings that will apply to all the images we publish to Dropbox in the various folders that we create. We'll start with the basic root folder, and this is the most critical item. You need to specify a location within your Dropbox folder. We'll click on Choose and make sure that we navigate to our Dropbox folder. And within that folder, I recommend publishing to the Photos folder that already exists within your Dropbox account. So we'll select that and click Choose. And now we can choose to rename our files if we want. I'll leave this as is. And down here a little further, we can choose the file settings. And we'll go ahead with JPEG with sRGB color space, and we'll change the size to make it 2048 by 2048. This is what I prefer for my iPad. Once we have everything set the way that we want it here, we click on Save. And now over here in Published Services, we can see our Dropbox service. It isn't ready for use yet. We need to create some folders of the images there. If we twirl this open, we can see the Photos folder, but that's not where we want to put the images. We want to create those smart folders that we talked about a moment ago. What we'll do here is we'll right-click on the Dropbox service and choose Create Publish Smart Folder. And now here we are looking at a template that's nearly identical to what we saw in Smart Collections. We'll start out by giving this a name. We'll call it Birding. And this will also be the folder name that we create in Dropbox. We'll choose that the collection is drawing from the Best of Birds collection, and again that the rating is greater than or equal to 5 stars. Not quite sure how it can be greater than 5 stars, but that's what we'll go with. And then we'll click on Create. And right away here we can see the same 10 images that we saw in the Smart Collection. And they're ready to be published. Notice the header here, New Photos to Publish. When we click on the Publish button, the images are exported with the settings that we defined, and you can see them moving down to the section called Published Photos. These are going into our Dropbox account as they're being exported. Once they've finished exporting, we can go to the Finder and look at our Dropbox account, and sure enough, here within the Photos folder on our Dropbox folder is the birding folder, and within it are the 10 photos that we just exported. Now the great thing about smart folders is that they update automatically, or at least semi-automatically. Let's go back in our collections to the best of birds, which is where we're drawing these images from. And let's say that as we're working, we decide that maybe this one right here should be a 5-star image. So we'll change that one to 5 stars. And then maybe we also decide that this one shouldn't really be a 5-star image, it should only be a 4-star. If we go back now down to our published services and look at the birding smart folder, we can see that it's updated itself. One new photo to publish, one photo to remove. We click Publish, and the folder is updated, and this happens automatically once we click Publish. And that's the only non-automatic thing, is we have to visit this folder and click Publish. Now the one thing I love most about Dropbox is the sharing across all my devices and my machines. Now while I'm recording this video, the images that got published to Dropbox from here on my MacBook Pro are available on my other machines. For example, if I switch over here to my Windows machine, here's the Dropbox folder, and here's the birding folder, and there are the same images that we just published. And most usefully, if I switch over here, here's my iPad, and if we look in Dropbox, we can navigate to the Photos section, and once again, here are all the images that we exported right here available in Dropbox. This is really useful to me since so many iOS apps have Dropbox integration, and when my images are available on my iPad, I have access to them across any integrated iOS app as well. Publishing to Dropbox is really quite easy, as you've seen here. It just takes a little planning and preparation, but once you've set it up, it's plug and play all the way. I hope you enjoyed today's tip. Thanks very much for watching.